They told you it was contained. 9 states, under 2,000 cases, 98 hospitalizations, 0 deaths. That was the official number 3 weeks ago when this channel first covered the Taylor Farms lettuce outbreak tied to Taco Bell. That number is now a lie, and not because anyone is hiding anything on purpose. It is a lie because the paperwork cannot keep up with how many people are getting sick. Here is what has actually happened since we last talked about this. The parasite is cyclospora, a microscopic organism that gets into your gut through contaminated produce and causes explosive, prolonged diarrhea that can last a month if untreated. The source was traced to shredded iceberg lettuce from Taylor Farms de Mexico, grown on a single farm in central Mexico and served at Taco Bell locations across the Midwest and South. Taylor Farms recalled it on July 17th. Taco Bell says it stopped using that supplier the same day. That part of the story hasn't changed. What has changed is the scale. Michigan is the hardest hit state in the country, and as of August 3rd, Michigan alone has reported 11,234 cases and 193 hospitalizations. Ohio has passed 4,000 cases across 80 counties, roughly double what it was reporting just 1 week earlier. Add up what every state is reporting on its own dashboards, and the floor under this outbreak nationwide is nearly 21,000 people in a year where the entire country would normally see around 4,000 cyclospora cases total for the whole summer. And now there are deaths. Michigan's health department has confirmed 2 cyclosporiasis-related deaths, both in people with underlying health conditions. The CDC has acknowledged those deaths on its own outbreak page. Cyclospora is not supposed to be a fatal illness in a healthy person. It usually is not. But when you are talking about tens of thousands of infections, even a rare bad outcome starts happening more than once. Here is the part that should bother you more than the case count. The official 9-state outbreak advisory, the one federal and state agencies point to as the authoritative number, has said total illnesses 1,947, hospitalizations 98, deaths 0 since July 24th. That line has not been updated even after Michigan's own numbers tripled and even after 2 deaths were confirmed. The gap exists because the official count only includes lab-confirmed cases that have gone through a specific interview and verification process, while state health departments are reporting every probable case as it comes in. Both numbers are technically accurate, but if you are a parent checking whether it is safe to eat at a restaurant in your state, and the number you find says 0 deaths, you are working with information that is already out of date the moment you read it. There is also a second story developing that has nothing to do with Taylor Farms or Taco Bell. North Carolina is now reporting more than 700 cyclospora cases of its own, and state investigators believe the source may be parsley or cilantro, not lettuce. North Carolina has not disclosed where those greens were grown or what brand sold them. That means there could be a completely separate contaminated product moving through grocery stores and restaurants right now, one that has not been named, recalled, or removed from shelves. So what do you actually do with this? If you live in Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, or West Virginia, avoid shredded iceberg lettuce at Taco Bell locations until you see confirmation the supply chain has been fully cleared. The recalled product also reached Walmart under the MarketSide brand and reached food service distributors that supply other restaurants, so this was never a Taco Bell only problem. If you develop watery diarrhea that will not quit, especially alongside fatigue, cramping, or loss of appetite, and it has been more than a few days, that is worth a call to your doctor, particularly if you ate at a fast food or fast casual restaurant in the last 2 weeks. Cyclospora needs a specific antiparasitic treatment. It will not respond to typical over-the-counter remedies the way a garden-variety stomach bug might. The bigger lesson here is not about one bag of lettuce. It is about how a food safety story that looks resolved in the headlines can still be actively getting worse underneath them. The recall happened. The supplier was identified, and the outbreak grew by a factor of 10 anyway, because contaminated product was already sitting in the supply chain before anyone knew to look for it. That is not a failure of any one company or agency. It is what happens when a system built to catch outbreaks after the fact runs into a country that eats a lot of pre-cut produce very fast. We will keep tracking this one, including whatever comes out of North Carolina's parsley and cilantro investigation, because that thread is nowhere near finished. If this kind of investigation is something you want more of, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and drop a like right now so this reaches more people who are still eating at these restaurants without knowing any of this.